Hi all. So this is actually my second time filming this video. I filmed one probably I filmed this probably a week ago. It was my first time using this light box setup, and in short, basically I have no idea how this worked. And I look at the footage and I was like, wow, this is just terrible. It was super overexposed and everything, but now I found a better way to light everything, so I decided to redo it. And yeah, that previous footage was too bad for my channel, and if you've seen other videos on my channel, you know my production quality is terrible, which honestly is an understatement, because it's not terrible, it's non-existent. So if it's so bad that I don't even want it on my channel, you probably could not imagine how bad it is. Neil Breen might be, but yeah. So this is the VW drag bus. And you can see it is a RLC model. This is my first RLC car, first of two. In the last video I actually recorded, I was like, this is really expensive, I can't justify getting more, and I don't see myself getting one anytime soon. And like within like 10 days I broke that because I found another really good deal from Reddit that I just can't pass up. But honestly, had I known that deal was gonna take place, I probably wouldn't have bought this. But it's still a really cool car nevertheless. I'm not, I don't regret it whatsoever. So this is the RLC custom Volkswagen drag truck, and you can see it has a moving part. And this was the membership model. Oh, look at my fingerprints. Give me 1 second. I need to wipe it down a bit. This was the membership model from 2007. It was one of four. All four of them are drag trucks, but in different deco. And I think each had a 4,000 run or something like that. So you basically have a chance of getting something with each color, which is, I think it's an interesting idea. I think they stopped doing that a while ago, and everything is homogeneous, which is fine too. Probably going to be cheaper for people that want to have every RLC release. I'm sure there are people like that, right? It's going to be super expensive, but there are people who can and is willing to afford it. And this is in a spectral flame red, which does not show up as red at all. In my last video, I just straight up call it like orange, but look it up, it's actually spectral flame red. But I don't know, it definitely looks at least somewhat orange to me, just because how reflective it is. It doesn't really show up that well on camera. As you can see, it's getting overexposed again, which is unfortunate. So as you would expect from an RLC model, metal body, metal base, rubber tires, real riders. This is actually Redline real riders, RLRR. And yeah, this is really cool because pretty much I like Hot Wheels because of yeah, I mean, Hot Wheels does a lot of more realistic models that I like to collect, but if you compare it to like other makes like Matchbox or other even more premium brands, like even like Giant Lightning, which while also doesn't adhere to the 164 rule, are nevertheless more true to proportions and everything. But one thing that Hot Wheels does very, very well is like to accentuate the coolness of cars, just like change it up a little, tune it up a little, give it a bit of a slam, larger rear wheels, make it a lot cooler. In this case, they turn it into a drag truck. Now, this is the little brother of the more famous VW drag bus, which when I first filmed the first video, I didn't have an example of that yet, but since I'm doing this in retrospect, I do have a 50s favorite drag bus, and almost dropped it because I am me. And you can see how it compares next to a drag bus. Very similar, but very, very different at the same time. Now the drag bus is much, much bigger than the drag truck. But anyway, we're talking about the truck right now, and you can see it's really pretty. That's not too much to say. One thing I don't like is the white, because the top piece is plastic and the cap itself is metal. The white don't really match up. Actually, and the black don't match up either. This black is darker, it looks better. And in terms of the white paint on the plastic looks much whiter than this. The white paint over the cabin is a little too thin. You can see through it a little bit to see a bit of the black underside, which is unfortunate. On the top you see Hot Wheels Redline Club, very nice. And on the side you can see HotWheelsCollectors.com, and you can see the club right here, and a couple of sponsorship logos, Champion as well as Goodyear, which is really cool. And this, you can see the same sponsorship on the other side, as well as my fingerprint. I thought I dealt with that already. Yeah, this is unfortunately definitely a good tale of caution to, like, well, first of all, just have a piece of microfiber so you can get rid of the, or at least some of it. And second of all, try not to touch it. The side, if you want to pick it up, I would recommend, like going front and back, or maybe one finger at the back and 2 fingers grabbing the front wheels. Just try not to get oil and stuff on the spectral flame itself, which, if you have microfiber, wouldn't be too hard to get out, but still makes it easy, right? Obviously, you get the front deco. You can see it's missing a bit of the underside from like a real VW bus, the Type 2 bus, which is consistent with both CVW drag bus as well as a new bus casting the another tuned Hot Wheels car, the VW T1 GTR, which is a very cool car. But all 3 are designed by Phil Reelman, so it's very easy to see all the similarity and stuff, which is pretty nice. And on the back, you do see the huge exhaust pipes and everything. Really cool. And it has an opening part. Yeah, even back in the days, there were opening parts in RLC models and premium models, but you can see there's no interior deco or anything like that. If it's made in today, I would assume it's going to at least have some painting on the inside. But still, a very cool car to have. I do like it as my first RLC model. And, by the way, you can see it's missing a bit of a, I don't think it's missing paint. It might just be like a bit of an extra white paint right here, which is really bugging me, honestly. But yeah, it's a cool car to have nevertheless. I do like my VWs. I do like my Volkswagen, sorry, I touched the microphone, you probably picked it up. VW buses as well as Hot Wheels doing their own original take on cars. It's still not gonna be my bread and butter. I still prefer like stock models with realistic, what am I doing, with realistic proportions and accurate scale. But these things are really cool as well, really have like the Hot Wheels flavor to them. It's different, it stands out, so that's pretty cool too, I guess. In a couple of days I will actually, in a couple of days when I'm filming this, but I'm gonna release it in the same cadence I was supposed to release the first video I did on the RLC car. So it's gonna be probably, oh my god, probably gonna be ways away from when I actually release that video. But I'm gonna get the Datsun 240Z Hot Wheels Selections model in 2 days, and I'm really looking forward to that. It's gonna be very cool. But like I said, if I know I was gonna get that, I probably wouldn't have gotten this, but I don't regret this whatsoever because it's still a really cool looking car. I'm glad to have it in my collection, but I've been droning on for too long. Yeah, it's a great looking car. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.